PokeRamble Podcast.
Welcome to episode 29 of the PokeRamble Podcast, the first show of the year. I nearly said year of the show, but this will be the year of the show because we're going to have a great year for the PokeRamble Podcast. Anyway, we're talking about all sorts of things, but most of all, our hopes for 2021. Yes, welcome to episode 29 of the PokeRamble Podcast. I'm your host, Kamal, and joined with me, as always, is the Battle Frontier Brain himself. Try saying that 10 times in the mirror. It's Amit. How's it going?
Hey, do you do it 10 times in the mirror to practice?
No, I should though. That's actually a really good idea. But I'm scared of summoning another version of you, and like one of you is enough. So like,
you say my name 10 times, I do appear. That is true.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, no, I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy, to be honest with you. But yeah, how's it going?
Hey, I'm good. Episode 29. Shout out to Nidoran, female Nidoran.
Oh god, they gave him separate dex entries. That's bizarre, isn't it? You like these days you wouldn't get that, would you? They would just have the same entry for both male and female, even though they're different. For example, like Indeedee.
Yes, that's true. Indeedee male and Indeedee female. But it's interesting because they're separate species. Even though they're just the male and female varieties of the same species. Oh, it's a whole thing.
No, well, they do evolve differently, I guess. So
yeah.
Maybe
anyway,
it's a bit like maybe it's like regional variance in the fact that maybe because they were like put in a certain environment, it caused them to split off into two evolutionary lines.
It's very confusing. The whole Nidoran male, Nidoran female discussion is very confusing.
I think we're going to need to employ a Pokemon professor on the show at some point.
Ooh. Someone more qualified than us.
Yeah. I was going to say good luck finding them, but I know for a fact they probably exist.
Listen, if we meet the criteria for Tencent's Pokemon Consultant, presumably that bar must not be, that high.
Well, yeah, here's hoping.
To be a Pokemon professor.
But anyway, yeah, so it's 2021. We're back doing the podcast. It feels like it's been ages, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, it has. We did a very, very fun stream during the week when we took on Champion Stadium in Pokemon Masters
more
together.
On that later. I've got some thoughts.
Yes, I'm sure you do. And we did another stream just before Christmas, I want to say, but I can't remember what it was.
Pokemon Japanese openings tier list. That
was it. We did the tier list for the Japanese openings.
It's still in the archive as well.
Yeah, so you go and watch that if you want to. That was very fun. And there were lots of unexpected moments in that, actually. I quite enjoyed it.
I think my highlight was you saying, I like the visuals. I'm like, yes. Yes.
That was probably, if you're playing a drinking game, that's what you drink on. Because every time I say that, I like the visuals.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I thought for the first ever episode of 2021, we'll talk about this one big topic. So shall we get back into it?
Absolutely.
Oh, we got a subscription. Thank you very much, Al, for the sub. He's off to bed, so no, thank you so much, Al, for popping in and saying hello. But yeah, we'll go to the first topic. This topic is... Oh, wrong image. Yeah. This is going to be significant for 2021. No, here's the image. It's the 25th anniversary of Pokemon this year. And up on the screen is the logo they're going with. So if you remember the 2016 logo? Yeah, 2016 logo. They had the Pikachu of the 2016. But yeah, here's the 25.
Train on, get your train on.
We were actually talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! GX just a few minutes ago on Ben's stream. Please be excited stream. But yeah, no. Train on is the slogan for this year. And it's going to be the 21st anniversary for Pokemon. 25th anniversary of Pokemon. I was just wondering, what would you expect from the 25th anniversary? What do you want? What do you think is going to happen this year?
I mean, there's only one thing we really want, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess the obvious thing. I mean,
Pokemon sleep to one side.
Yeah.
Which is the only thing I want for this year.
Yeah, apart from Pokemon Sleep, yeah, of course.
Right, which is the main thing that we all want and we all pray for every night before bed. The only thing I think that would possibly come close to that is announcements for the next main game.
Next core
main
games.
Series, yeah, core game. And for me, I'm more excited, I think, for next generation than I would be for a Diamond Pearl Platinum remake. But I would also be very, very happy with the Diamond Pearl Platinum remake because I did not play Diamond Pearl Platinum like when it first came out, and I did go back to it later. But I've definitely not connected with that generation or Sinnoh in general as much as I have with other regions.
I think for the generation below us, Diamond Pearl Platinum to them is like the gold and silver for us. You know, the sort of red, blue, gold, and silver. That's their sort of generation.
Yes, that makes sense.
So it's really special to a lot of people out there. I would be
on the DS. You know, I'm sure that for some people it was the first Pokemon game. Lots of people it would be the first one they played, and you know, I'm hoping that is lots of positivity for them. But yeah, I think for me the thing that I'm most looking forward to now is what's next after Galar, or a third DLC. Either's good.
I mean, it's been weird because last year is the first time we haven't gotten a core game in quite a while. Like every year we've been used to be getting like different games each year. You know, you usually get the reveal in March, and then like in like October, November you'd get the release of the game as well. And so last year that changed, and we know with the DLC, obviously I've said this like 1,000 times, different directors on those. So I would be in the camp where I'd rather them release a remake of Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum because they've probably already got the assets from Sword and Shield to use. They've already got like the base template of what Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum is because they've already made the game, and so I'm hoping that they would have been able to cook something together that's good enough for release, and then just take another year on whether this generation is it 9 at this point? Yeah, generation 9 thing would be. Because the last thing I want them to do is just trip and stumble like they did with Sword and Shield, where they had to make up excuses for not having all the Pokemon in there and whatnot.
Yeah, and I think that with the way the DLC has gone, expectations for what comes next will probably be higher again, which is good. You know, I'd like the notion that whatever Generation 9 is going to be a big step forward for the series again.
And more of a whole package rather than a segmented one that we got with Sword and Shield.
Yeah,
and for full clarity, I'm a big fan of Sword and Shield. I really enjoyed those games, but even I can see the faults with them in them, for example.
Yeah, and I think we did a review of Sword and Shield, and we did reviews of the DLC, and I think we collectively were much more positive after the second DLC than we were at the end of the base game. And I think that had that come as the original experience, I think we would have been much more positive about Sword and Shield from the get-go. And I think, in general, Sword and Shield would have got much better reviews had it have come as a complete package. And I like the DLC model, don't get me wrong, but because when the game was released, DLC was never on the table, we looked at it as a complete package and we went, this isn't enough for us.
Yeah, the DLC was quite a surprise. Yeah.
And whereas actually, if they want to release games in the future that are going to be either segmented or in chapters, that's fine, as long as it's premised that way. So if Generation 9, and they're like, look, we'll give you the first, 6 gym badges, and then, in a year's time, we'll give you the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Set expectations accordingly. And actually, if the first 6 are, if the first 6 gyms are really polished, lots of story, every Pokemon's there, do you know what? That's okay. I'm not against that as a notion. I know some people will be. I know some people will say, it's got to have all 8 gyms and it's got to have the Elite Four in the base game. But for me, I'd rather have a much richer experience spread out over time than a very short, or a short experience that is quote unquote complete, but leaves me feeling, like I'm still wanting
I totally
more.
understand where you're coming from now. Yeah,
Which is how Sword and Shield made me feel. Is like, I understand that I've done 8 gyms and a championship, and that's the end of the the Pokemon arc as it normally is. But I haven't had enough variety and enough richness in this story and experience that's really made me feel like I've been a Pokemon
with the
game.
other games, you've got all these sagas with the villainous teams and whatnot, and you've got a whole story. I mean, we've recently been talking about how good Black and White was and how that experience was, it just enriched the games in general from a story perspective. We just haven't had that for quite some time. Sun and Moon, I think, is the last one to do it with the whole 8th arc.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I totally get that, and that's probably why I would more wish for them to just to release a remake and just continue to focus on whatever Generation 9 would be, because like they've always had this issue where they went from 2D to 3D, and the 3D game was good, but again felt a bit hollow for what it should have been, and switching now to Switch. Sorry, too many uses of the word Switch there. But switching to Switch, I've done it again. God damn it. But you've got Sword and Shield where you can see where the improvements have come, but at the same time, it's still a hollow experience for the most part.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I just give me a remake and spend a bit more time on whatever Generation 9 is. You want to nail that. You want to nail that, absolutely.
And if the Diamond Pearl Platinum remake is the thing to tie us over, awesome, because that's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to give a lot of people the opportunity to, for some people visit Sinnoh for the first time, for some people to relive what was, arguably some of the best games in the series. Great.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, do you remember when Oras came out? Like, that was, for example, there's a perfect comparison because you've got X and Y, which was the hollow experience, the first time they've tried 3D,
yes,
and you had Oras, which was more of a complete package. The sort of Battle Frontier aside and whatnot.
I didn't know that I needed. Yes.
Yeah.
But I didn't know I needed a Pokemon Emerald remake. Like, those games for me were amazing.
Yes.
And then I played Oras and I was like, this is absolutely what, like, the bits that were missing for me. And I didn't know that I was missing them, but it felt fuller than the original game.
Yeah. I mean,
even though it was a game I played, 300 hours in.
What's Watson's? Do you remember Watson's Town? That completely changed though, which was really weird.
Yeah, Morville.
Yeah, Morville. Yeah, that completely changed. But
it became New Morville.
Yeah, and the only thing I'm going to criticize Oras was no trumpets. I mean, come on, dude. Where are my trumpets? I mean, also got like one of the like most I think recently beloved characters in the series with Zinnia as well in Oras.
Yes, true.
And a great theme tune. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, the Delta episode added just more depth to the region and gave you a slightly different interaction with some Pokemon, that you wouldn't have had otherwise. Rayquaza and Deoxys primarily, but that's nice.
And I think it's the first time.
It just gives more breadth and more flavor to that world.
It's the first time as well they introduced the concept of there being another continuity of Pokemon, another timeline of Pokemon, where they address it in the game. Like, this is not the only timeline of Pokemon. You've got the timeline with the original. I was going to say red, blue, and yellow, but Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and you've got this one with the Mega Evolutions discovered in this world. So yeah, really cool, really cool. Now, back in 2016, 20th anniversary, Pokemon had re-released Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow in the eShop to be able to play on your 3DS. Do we think we're going to get more 2D releases, but for Switch this time, or how's that going to work? Do you think we're going to get that this year? Because that's one of the things I most hope for. I want a 2D collection because those games are. I think I stand to this day like the 2D games are some of the most. I was going to say perfect games, and to me they probably are, but like complete games or most enjoyable games.
Do you know what I wouldn't be against is if they just released all the Generation 4 games. So Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Heart Gold, Soul Silver ported to the Switch. So they're not remastered. Or maybe they've got some tweaks to them, but compatibility with Pokemon Home.
Oh yeah,
you could just go and play those games again on your Switch.
Yeah. Oh God, I love that.
If you give me Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver on my Switch, I'm okay with that.
Well, they'll split it in two. They'll be like, here's your Diamond, Platinum, and your Soul Silver, and then you've got your Pearl, Platinum, and then Heart Gold in another package. That's fine.
That's fine. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah,
that would be great because that would probably be not a huge amount of rework for them, but would give me a whole load of opportunity to play those games, and they were great games. But I mean. Do we need another Johto remake? I didn't think we needed another Kanto remake. Then I started playing Let's Go Eevee. Then I started playing Let's Go Eevee, and I was like, this is amazing. And now I want that. And Let's Go Johto, I know lots of people have speculated and teased, and to be honest, it feels like it's almost a certainty that it's coming. I'm really excited for that now, and I didn't think I would be. But I'm excited to have little Cyndaquil running behind me as I go through New Bark Town and all of those other places. Like, I'm excited for that. I didn't think I would be, but I really want Let's Go Johto.
Well, yeah, it's that thing of you get to see sort of one of your favorite experiences in another way, and that's why I don't think Let's Go are the most phenomenal games out there, but I think what it does for the nostalgia, the people that are fans of Red, Blue, and Yellow, or fans of Kanto in general, being able to see these characters reimagined or these towns reimagined in a different way, beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
So you wanna Let's Go, but yeah, 2D Pokemon is my sort of hope for next year. Give me some 2D Pokemon. Like I don't think we'll ever get a brand new 2D Pokemon ever again. But you know, just if they do give us like collections of the old games, I'm more than happy to have those. Honestly.
And the other thing I'm really excited. Can I sidetrack from this completely now?
Yeah, go for it.
So the other thing that I really want for the 25th anniversary, and we talked about this I think a couple of weeks ago, is I want them to Pokify something else in my life. So they've done brushing your teeth. One day they're going to put out Pokemon Sleep and they'll sort sleeping out. Pokify another aspect of my life, please. I don't know what it will be, but Pokify something else in my life that I have to do every day.
As you said, yeah, Nintendo Ring Fit Pokemon Adventures.
Yes.
Like we discussed before we broke up, but yeah. Give me one of those.
Yes, that would be good. Is there any particular spin-off game that you're hoping for a remake of? So we obviously got the Mystery Dungeon series rebooted effectively this year. Is there any other spin-off series that you're hoping will make?
I mean, you already know the answers to that one, though.
We have different answers, though.
No, we don't.
Yours is Pokemon Conquest.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is Pokepark Wii 3.
Oh, God. Yeah, I should have seen it coming.
Let's make that happen.
I should have seen it coming.
Let's make Pokepark 3 2021 happen.
I'll tell you what, actually. Just port me the other games, the other console games, you know?
That's true. Just port Pokepark 1 and 2.
Well, not Pokepark in particular, but like...
No, specifically Pokepark. They should be top of the list.
Fine. But like...
We should do a full play of Pokepark at some point.
Yeah, I'm down for that because I've never experienced it because I didn't have a Wii, so like...
No, you should play it and I will just watch, but we should definitely do it.
I'm just thinking as well, like... What else happened in... Oh, they announced Sun and Moon, basically, in 2016 for the 20th anniversary. So you could be right that there's going to be a new generation announced, who knows? And it'll come out next year. So it won't come out this year, but it'll come out next year. Who knows? A special 25th anniversary movie? Question mark? Because a year after the 20th anniversary, we got the reboot, sort of movie reboot of Pokemon. So you had, you know...
Yeah, the origin story.
Yeah, I choose you.
I choose you. Yeah. It would be strange to have a reboot in that sense for the movies, given that they're now kind of on this continuity. It'd be nice to have a commemorative movie. So maybe it's like, you know, Pikachu's Adventures, those like spin-off.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's something along those lines. So it's not centered around Ash. Maybe it's just centered around Pikachu, and we get like a little, you know, special one of those. That would be really touching.
Yeah,
I quite liked those films.
We know that the TCG is going to have like a special set celebrating the 25th anniversary, and we don't know what it is. But actually, what I'd really like to see is them do like a reprint of a you know, classic TCG set like they did back in the 20th anniversary when we got the original Pokemon set. Yeah,
Base Rocket. Let's do it. I mean, Base Rocket.
Yeah, Base Rocket or like Gym Leader set or something like that. I'd love that.
Oh, the Gym Leader set would be great.
And yeah,
that would be good.
You know, we already know there's going to be all sorts of merch coming out of this as well for the 25th anniversary. We've already seen the Pokeballs that are up for pre-order and whatnot, but like, there's going to be all sorts of good merch out there. Is there any sort of merch you want to get?
Other than podcast form plushies,
not from me, from the Pokemon company.
I think maybe. Do you know, one of the things I've always thought about the Pokemon Company is like collectibles, like quintessential Pokemon collectibles. It's always been the trading cards. It would be cool to see a new collectible at a similar price point, and maybe that's like figurines. Maybe that's I don't know.
Is this because of your bath
augmented
bombs
reality?
That you got?
Maybe it's partly inspired by that. Maybe it's like, you know, little augmented reality things that you can play with on your phone. Like, I don't know. But I'd like to see a new collectible this year for the Pokemon franchise.
I just realized Pokemon Go also came out during the 20th anniversary. And whilst it's unlikely there's going to be a big mobile sort of, you know, game that's going to rival Pokemon Go, it'd be cool if
Pokemon Unite, right? Theoretically.
Oh god, don't even compare the two. Yeah, but like this year we're getting Pokemon Unite, we're getting new Pokemon Snap. Probably. I don't know what else we'll be getting this year. Well, maybe Pokemon Sleep if we're lucky. Yeah, I think that's all the projects we know out
I
there.
think that's all been officially announced. Yeah, I think that's everything that's been officially announced.
The other thing they did during the 20th anniversary is they released a sort of TCG set with the Pokemon Generations TCG, but like each month you had a different mythical Pokemon. So you had Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, Darkrai, Manaphy, Shaman, Arceus, Victini, Keldeo, Genesect, and Meloetta for each month.
Yes.
What would be the equivalent to that for 2021, or do you think that's something that was going to be just unique to?
I wouldn't mind if they reran that. I'm sure there are lots of people who got back into Sword and Shield and are missing lots of those Pokemon. So I wouldn't mind a rerun of that. But I don't know. One of the things that I really, and you said it when you talked about the Gym Leader collection for TCG, really got me thinking, is it would be really cool to have a distribution centered around Gym Leaders. So maybe like this year they release 8 Pokemon who are like original trainer Brock, and it's an Onyx, and it's it's a really cool Onyx. Or maybe
So like
maybe it's got something like the Pikachu with the cap. Maybe it's got something reminiscent of Brock. Like, I'm not saying he's wearing Brock's waistcoat, but like it's got maybe a jelly-filled donut in his mouth.
Hear me out.
Just something.
Hear me out. And this is gonna be absolutely crazy for the Pokemon franchise. But now we've got like Galarian legendaries. I think it's something that we can introduce into the franchise now. And they sort of did it with the TCG, but sort of didn't. Crystal Onyx.
Yeah, and like Pink Rhyhorn and all those other things. That would be really cool. That would be very cool. Even if they like don't call it the Crystal Onyx, even if they're like, oh, it's Galarian Onyx or whatever.
Yeah.
Just find a way to shoehorn them in.
And
an Orange Islands expansion, by the way, for Sword and Shield, that would be awesome.
That would be utterly insane.
Why there has never been an Orange Islands game?
No.
Official game, I will never know.
I like to imagine like Orange Islands game would be just like a Wii Sports spin-off.
That would be fun. But I feel like the reason why they didn't go with the Orange Islands is that there probably wasn't enough content to justify a full game.
Yeah.
DLC feels like a great format for it. Although, to be fair, they somehow managed to drag Alola out, even though it was only 4 like effective gym battles. They dragged that out for 30 hours. So, yeah, they could do the Orange Islands.
Hey, I've got an idea.
Here we go.
Well, not an idea, but I think maybe in like, do you know new Pokemon Snap?
Yes.
Maybe we get the Orange Islands there.
That would be cool.
Yeah. We'll see.
I mean, I assume that new Pokemon Snap is going to cover many different regions in canon. So it'll be like, oh, we're off to Hoenn.
Is it not going to be their own region? Like just like a, game exclusive region, probably?
I assumed it couldn't be, only because then how do you justify this Pokemon being a Galar Pokemon rather than a Pokemon from this region? So like when they're like, oh, this Pokemon's unique to the Galar region, it's like, well, if it's unique to the Galar region, why is it showing up in Fior? Looking at you, Pokemon Mystery, Pokemon Ranger. Like, if it's native to that environment and that environment only, it doesn't make sense for it to be there as well.
Hey, it could be imported through the Poke Channel or some stuff.
If that's canon, that's fine. I just wanted an explanation.
Because you've got like, but then again, they're wild, aren't they? Who knows?
Well, so this is what I liked about Let's Go, is like the Alolan forms weren't just available in the wild because they're Alolan forms. So the only way to get them was to trade. And that for me felt like the right way for Alolan Pokemon to be involved in that game. That's my thinking.
That dude who brought an invasive species to the Sword and Shield DLC.
Oh man.
So any other hopes in 2021 for Pokemon?
I don't know why. I don't know why it's in my head now, but you've really got it into my head. I just want more Gym Leader theme stuff. Like maybe Pokemon Chronicles, but instead of focusing on the protagonists, it focuses on a different Gym Leader every time.
Wait, so we got...
Because it kind of does.
And we got Pokemon Generations as well, didn't we?
I want to say we did, yeah.
So, we just had Twilight Winged, which was another great success. Ooh, could we have like something? Oh, I know what I'd want.
Well, I've called it now, so if it happens, I've called it.
I want the Pokemon manga to be adapted into its own anime. So, for those who don't know,
lots of people were speculating that was going to happen. that there was going to be an anime series based on Red and Blue.
Yeah. This is so for people who don't know, this is not Ash Ketchum, this is not Gary Oak. These are all like based on like the manga, which is like loosely based on the games as well. And like the characters are a lot different to their counterparts. So yeah, I'd love an adaptation of that.
In theory, that's what Pokemon Origins was.
Yes, indeed.
But it only ran for 4 episodes. Yeah. It obviously skipped over a whole load of stuff.
Yeah.
But it would be really, really cool if they wanted to turn that into a full season.
I'll definitely buy the DVDs of that.
Oh, I definitely watch Pokemon Origins. Not least because I think that they with Pokemon Origins, they didn't hold back on everything new that had developed after that point.
No.
So like Mega Evolution was a thing and like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I would love like to see Kanto again, but Kanto with all of the stuff that we now know.
Yeah. Apart from Dynamax, obviously. That can stay in Galar.
Sure.
You're flaming Galar. So yeah. Pokemon 2021. If I had to summarize what I want, I just want my 2D back. You know, just give me my 2D back. I'll be happy.
And I think I want more gym leader content. And PokePark Wii 3.
Do you know we had Pokemon Rumble?
I mean, it wouldn't be called PokePark Wii 3. It'd be called Pokemon Switch.
PokePark Switch.
Up. Yeah. PokePark Switch. Yeah, that's what I want. PokePark Switch.
Pokemon stay 6 feet apart at the park. Social distancing. Yeah.
You can't use physical attacks. You have to use ranged special attacks.
Exactly. Oh yeah, trainers. We've introduced in this generation socially distant battles.
Yeah. Every time you use a move with direct contact, you get poisoned.
Yeah. God, that went dark. Oh god, that went really dark. I mean, it's genius, but it's dark.
It was the logical conclusion to that story.
No, that's why they call you Logic Fuel. So Logic Fuel. Anything else before we move on?
No, I think that's what I want. I want gym leader content, and I want PokePark Switch.
I think we can both agree it's going to be a very eventful year for Pokemon either way.
I hope so. I hope it's a really big year. I hope that COVID and lockdown and all of that stuff doesn't stop this being an exceptional year for Pokemon.
Yeah, I think Pokemon Day's in 8 weeks now, so yeah, stay tuned to the PokeRamble podcast. We'll be covering all of it as it comes, and yes, we shall move on to our next segment. So you want to be a Masters? It's the Pokemon Masters segment.
So you want to be a Pokemon Masters?
Yeah, I'm a bit rusty at the moment. I haven't got my usual script up where I sort of make notes. I've just been going off the cuff today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I know. New year, new me. But hey, so I think the biggest thing since we've been away on our little break is the Champion Stadium has been updated. But
yeah,
what
shout
is this
out to
update?
the Johto Elite 4 for.
Oh, he's cut out there.
And then Champion Lance.
Oh, here we are.
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, you cut out. So yeah. Please.
Will, Koga, Bruno, Karen, and then Champion Lance.
Yes.
That's better.
Can we just before you say anything we've got the Johto, we've got the Johto battle theme tune remixed to all of them, and it's just fantastic. That's my favorite thing.
Pokemon Masters music is the best thing.
Yeah, well, I have to do a tier list at some point. Tier list everything.
Let's do a Pokemon Masters music tier list.
God, that's going to be a lot of work, but it'll probably be worth it.
Oh, that would be so good. We should do that. And yeah, alongside this, we've also now got Master Mode for the Champion Stadium. And
boy, I'm just going to say it right now. If you weren't there on that stream on Friday, I probably would have just done it at the very bare minimum. Because I tell you what, that does suck up a lot of time. That sucks up a hell of a lot of time.
We streamed it on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We streamed your attempt at Champion Stadium on Friday. I was playing coach. You were doing it.
Yeah, you had already done it.
Yes, I'd already done it. So I was coaching you. I legitimately thought it was going to be about an hour to an hour and a half endeavor. It took us 3 hours.
Yeah.
It got easier as time went on, but yeah, it was tough.
I think so. What makes Champion Stadium Master Mode so tough?
So every battle, you can basically buff up the opponent, and the more buffs you give the opponent, the more points you earn.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically have to pick from a list of, I think it's like 30 buffs. Some of them give them more attack power, some of them give them more defense, more HP, higher levels. There's a whole range of things that you can do, like damage reduction, that kind of stuff. And you basically pick parameters to try and earn enough points to earn all the prizes, which is what we did.
And I want to give a shout out to it because whilst it's incredibly frustrating, and I mean incredibly frustrating at times, especially when you're trying to go for like the full rewards. Again, it made me do something that I normally don't do, and that's pick different Pokemon pairs, sync pairs. And,
dude, Lieutenant Surge and Electrode made it to the Hall of Fame. Who saw that coming?
Well, Blissey was in the Hall of Fame all of a sudden, you know? Blissey was there.
Yeah, true.
Lyra is a pair I don't use at all. And for the first time...
You should. Lyra's insane.
Yeah, it was like a must for me during that one playthrough. We had to get like light screen up and make sure like we're surviving hits. And her being able to buff people with... what's the training move called? I'm blanking on it.
That's a great question. I don't know.
It's fine. But her
I
training
don't have
move,
Lyra.
You don't have Lyra?
No.
How did you complete the master mode?
Dude, I told you. Lieutenant Surgeon Electrode for Eerie Impulse.
MVP.
He really was.
But yeah, no, it's like...
the trainer move is Sunny Side Up.
Yeah, Sunny Side Up. There we go. Thanks. So yeah, master mode, very time consuming, but it's very satisfying once you get through it. Very, very satisfying once you get through it. And like the amount of times that, you know, me and you are on the stream and you were like, okay, let's try this, let's try that, let's try the other. And the way we kept doing like little tweaks here and there to try optimize things to the point where it's perfect. And you're like, okay, I feel like we can just about do this with this team. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It gave the game new challenge, and like Champion Stadium when it first came out, we all thought was quite tough.
Yeah.
But as our sync pairs have got stronger, as we kind of learned how the battles worked, I was every single week doing it with 10 sync pairs rather than 15. Like I was using 2 Pokemon per battle, and I was still finding that easy. So to now get to a stage where I'm finally being really pushed by this game again is awesome. I'm all for it.
Because your sort of wheelhouse has always been about roundabout strategy. You've always liked the strategy. That's why you're more into like VGC doubles than singles, because there's that added layer to it.
And I'm like in the same vein. Like I'm now doing Battle Villa, no red, no Serena, just to like make it more difficult for myself.
Oh, would it surprise you if I've told you I completely forgot this to do the Battle Villa this month?
It's okay. You've still got like a good week and a half.
Yeah. I mean, like you've like I remember like when the new medal came out, you told me, oh, there's a new medal for not like using one heal at all, as in like the daily refresh heal.
Yeah, full reset. Yeah.
And God, I was dreading that. I was like, oh man, because for me, I think there's a line between challenging content and just like straight up unreasonable difficulty content.
And actually, it's been interesting because I did it I got that medal straight away.
Yeah. Now
when I do the Battle Villa, I'm playing it on 3 times speed, and I just don't care about like everything being perfect.
Yeah.
Whereas to do it perfect once for a medal, I think is fair enough.
Yeah.
But earlier when Battle Villa was more challenging, like I would have every single battle I'd have been like, it's got to be perfect. Like, got to sleep
refresh and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I didn't have the strength in my sync pairs to do it, and I wanted to try and do it quite quickly so that I didn't run out of time. Whereas now I'm so confident I can do it, and so confident I won't run out of time that I can experiment and do different things and vary my team structure and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I got the medal in the end, and how I did it was I used blue, red, and then like for the third pair it was just a support pair that could heal. And basically I did that thing of refreshing for MP refreshes here and there, and like once I got to like I think stage 25 and I had like 6 like healing items, I was like, okay, now I can start using these and not have to worry about things.
It's really not that bad once you get like the treats from the first two halls to refresh your MP. It's really not too bad.
Yeah, I agree.
And plus Serena.
Just always in there, Serena. Like Serena for us came in clutch on Friday because like we were on Lance for quite some time and we were thinking, why are we on Lance for so long? And also we changed it to Serena, and like I don't know, the second one it was just like, okay, GG.
I've always said Serena is god tier.
Yeah. No, that was, oh my god, the amount of times that Iris had died because of Lance's sync.
Yep.
Unbelievable. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next week, and I'm hoping to do the stream again on Friday if you're not busy. So.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether you'd been or out again. I'm glad that you're in because that means you enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to doing it again.
It's just good content as well. Like we had a lot of people in the
so
chat,
fun.
Talking
It's
to
so
us,
much
and
fun.
like even the chat was helping out, being like, "Oh, why don't you try this?" Like for
Yeah,
example,
do
Blue's
this, do
Grid. Like we were just using my normal Blue Grid, and they're like, "Oh, why don't you go check Blue's Grid?" And I'm like, "Oh, Unhindered as well." That shout for Unhindered is like, yeah. No, it's the funniest thing about master mode is the amount of times like I'm using Razor Leaf. Have you got status conditions defense on? Like,
Whoops.
Yeah. So those dumb moments there, I love that. But yeah, no, I mean, for me, I'm still mixed on it, but at the same time, I guess some content's better than no content. So, and at least it's not behind a paywall. So yeah, GG.
No, and that's the best thing, right? It is.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, you can't necessarily do it free to play.
Yeah.
But certainly, like if you've been free to play since the beginning and you've got good sync pairs at this point, absolutely you can do this.
What's your big advice to people if you had to distill it down for Masters mode?
There's two strategies that are viable. One is you've either got to try and out tank your opponent. The other option is that you've got to try and out aggro your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So either give your opponent all of the defensive options and try and out tank them, or give them all the aggressive options and try and out aggro them, i.e. kill them before they kill you. Don't try and do a hybrid where you're giving them some attack and some defense, because you will never be able to, certainly in my testing, you'll never be able to do overcome both. You'll never be able to out aggro a team that is more defensive. You'll never be able to out tank a team that's got more attacking power, because the game is so well balanced at its core that these modifiers really force you to go one way or the other.
Yeah,
it can be done, don't get me wrong, but if you're giving your opponent too much of both, it's really, really difficult.
And how important are 6-star EX pairs?
Striker 6-star EX pairs, super important. Support and tech, less so. I mean, they're still very good as wall breakers, but 6-star strikers are really shining in Champion Stadium at the moment.
I think we used a sort of tech pair for the... Oh, sorry. I thought we had breaking news, but there was no breaking news.
Oh, that's okay. Go ahead.
I was just looking on Cerebi, and I saw images of red, blue, and yellow, and I was like, "There's no way they've just announced
actually,
it."
They've done something really nice, and I was going to talk about it at the end.
Yeah,
so we'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it. Yeah. So 6-star EX pairs not super important, but very helpful.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the Pokemon Masters Champion Stadium. I did want to quickly talk about Lily and Lance.
Yeah, New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's Lance and New Year's Lily. Wow, look at Lance. Just amazing.
Yeah, the designs are really cool. I love the Gyarados kimono, I guess it is. Very, very cool outfit.
Yeah, so in the anime, he catches the red Gyarados, but in the game, the player catches the red Gyarados, and that's apparently why he doesn't have his red Gyarados, but I thought they could have gotten away with it. They could have given him the red Gyarados.
To be fair, that is canon, so fair enough for them sticking to it.
But I would have liked the red Gyarados. But yeah, he's an okay pair. He's not, if you've got blue, there's absolutely no reason to get Lance.
If you have any other flying sync pair, they outshine Lance. Don't get me wrong, Lance is good, but he's
not what's her name?
Nate.
Winona.
Any other gacha flying sync pair?
I mean, yeah.
5-star.
Yeah.
5-star. Not Kahili, 5-star.
Yeah, I mean he's got an alright grid as well. Usually around Hyper Beam,
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine. And should we quickly talk about the other one?
Lily and Ribombi. Super cute pair. Nice choice. Good buffs, good support. Doesn't do anything crazy exciting, but is a useful support pair if you've not got many good options. So if you're newer to the game and have a smaller roster, then Ribombi can fill some gaps that maybe you might have.
I did see how much Leech Life restores HP. I'm like, oh, that's a chunky amount.
Has it got Master Healer?
Let me have a look.
I can do that while you're
Leech
talking.
Life Master Healer 1, yes. Increases the amount of HP restored by the user's healing moves. So yeah, it's got...
Yeah, so Bulbasaur also has Master Healer 1, and it's insanely good. Superior does have access to Master Healer 2 at 3.5, and I think that would make that unit phenomenal, because it would be able to self-heal. But obviously no one has it at anything higher than 2.5. I have mine at 1.5.
Yeah.
Sad face.
To be fair, though, I think as time has gone on, Superior's been less important. I think the emphasis is now shifted on Skylar being that one support pair you usually take, and now Blue as well.
Yeah, Skylar and Blue are definitely outshining Superior. But what I will say is that with 6-star Skylar coming, that's going to make that even more concrete.
I think the other thing about Lily's grid is that she's got endurance, she's got Ridicule 1, so if the person misses, it restores health. It's got Toughen Up 3 where the defense goes up every time it's hit, and it's got like Slippery Soap 9 where if the opponent misses an attack, your evasiveness goes up by 1.
Yes, I mean it's a sync pair built around evasiveness. It's not bulky, it's built around dodging in much the same way Rotom would.
So it's a cool pair, not necessarily a brilliant pair, but a very cool pair to have nonetheless.
Yes.
And I've seen people use it in Masters mode to success. So yeah, so those are the 2 pairs. We're expecting some more news next week for Pokemon Masters, and I promise we'll be a little bit more in depth with it for going forward. But yeah, that's Pokemon Masters over the new year. What we miss.
Two rallies going on in Pokemon Masters. The New Year's rally, which if you haven't logged in, you should. You get 3,000 gems for the first day you log in. I think you got 2 or 3 more days to grab it. And there's also a rally happening for the next 7 days that will net you 500 gems and 40 skip tickets.
Excellent, Smithers. Who doesn't?
I'm glad, 'cause I was running out of skip tickets.
Every time I try to run out of them, they just come back with a vengeance.
Even with the stamina, even with the changes to stamina, and you now getting more, I'm still increasing in tickets. I don't understand how. I'm now well over 2,000 tickets. I've
got 2 eggs actually about to hatch in Pokemon Masters, so I thought, why not?
Here we go.
Yeah, why not?
Here we go.
Okay, not shiny.
That did not sound shiny.
No, not shiny.
Sounded like a Pichu.
Yeah, it was a Pichu. Well listened. So yeah, it was a Pichu of a Pokemon, but not necessarily the one I wanted.
That's all right.
Cool. We'll move on to the next segment. Merch to do about nothing. This is the section of the show where we just talk about merch. And guess what I've got to show you this time?
I didn't know we were doing merch about nothing, so I'm excited for this one.
Here's a Gengar with a big tongue.
Nice.
So you're just at work, you've messed up, and you're like, you know what, I just need to bury my head in something. Boom! Big tongue Gengar.
It's like a sleeping bag.
Yes, indeed. So you can put it on your desk and you go inside it for like a few minutes rest.
What?
Or you can just go on the ground and just like stretch his tongue out and boom.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it is really cool, isn't it? And
so the Pokemon...
Go on for it.
The Pokemon magazine in the UK for Halloween, one of the magazine like toys was a Gengar that would stick its tongue out at you like a frog when you squeezed it. And I was expecting something a bit like that, but that Gengar is insane.
Yeah, and I've seen like a couple of photos of it, and it's just I don't know what the price point is. I don't know when it's coming out, but boy, do I need it somehow. It's about 170 meters long. It says on this image, so you can perfectly put your head inside the Gengar's mouth to block out the light, and you can just lie down and relax.
It looks like $250 US.
Do you know what? We'll start a fundraiser. But no. So yeah, there's big tongue Gengar, and here is a figure. It's the Gem EX series, and this time it's focused around Pokemon water types. So you've got Mudkip, you've got Vaporeon, you've got Marill, you've got Wooper, you've got Totodile, and you've got Horsey. Just horseying around.
That is a cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Look at Totodile, so happy.
Yeah, I was tempted, but at the same time, when I look at it, I'm like, there's a bit too much emphasis on the Vaporeon there. I'm like, it's not my favorite, so I'm gonna give this one a miss and probably save up for the Cynthia that's probably gonna come at some point in the next 6 months. So yeah,
fair enough.
This is the merch to do about nothing segment, and it's already over. Would you believe?
Wow.
Sorry, everybody. We're moving on to the next segment. So it's 2021. we've already said that we've got hopes for some games to come out this year. But here's one game that no one expected to be able to play. Twitter plays Pokemon.
Yeah, this is a thing. You can play Pokemon from the luxury of your Twitter account.
Which is crazy. Do you remember Twitch plays Pokemon?
Yeah, the mania that happened over that was insane.
Where people are just typing like up, down, left, right in the chat. And somehow they completed Pokemon with like so many people just in the chat, like entering commands and stuff like that.
But that's got to be evidence that like a monkey could have completed Pokemon, right?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I want to see a monkey speedrun now.
Like, if you just dropped a Game Boy into a box of peanuts and kept shaking it for long enough, it would also beat the Elite Four.
Yes.
Cool. That probably makes Ash Ketchum feel real good right now. But
so yeah. How does this work? What's going on with this?
Okay, so as you can see on screen, in the Twitter avatar is a screenshot from the game. That is the game in that moment. And then over the course of the next 15 seconds, players have to reply to the tweet from that account with any of the following directions: up, down, left, right, A, B, start, select. And the algorithm then basically looks for the most frequently used response, and that is the input that the game uses.
Oh, God.
The screenshot gets updated, and then there's another 15 seconds opportunity to put your next encounter in.
So how long do you think...
So it's very reminiscent of... Go on.
How long do you think it's going to be until they complete the game?
So realistically, if there's 15 seconds between every input, it's got to be upwards of 6 months, if not a year, right? At least. And that's assuming that people are actively trying to help. Like, if people get on at 2 a.m. and start releasing Pokemon while everyone else is asleep, that won't go in well. Because there must be times where, like, not many people are responding to this Twitter account.
Yeah.
Like, downtime in the US and East Asia, where there's just opportunities to mess with it. So I don't know, because unlike Twitch Plays Pokemon, where it had many responses and was... I don't know exactly how Twitch Plays Pokemon dealt with it in the end. Yeah. It was basically processing every single response.
So basically, Twitch Plays Pokemon had 2 modes. I can't remember the name for it. I think one was Anarchy and there was another mode. But depending on which mode it was sent to, and the chat could keep switching modes, but depending on what mode it was switched to, the commands would go in. So if there's like the first mode, it would like this one, collect the most popular response and do it. And I think in Anarchy mode, it would just like every response that comes in, it would just do it. So like nice. A, B, up, down. But if it was in the other mode, it would select, up was the most popular response in the past 10 seconds will go up, for example. So yeah.
So if you are at work right now and you're feeling the Pokemon itch, head over to, and I'm going to get the username wrong, head over to @ScreenShakes and you can play some Pokemon.
Yes, indeed. And I've got another question following up to that. Do you think we're going to find another Lord Helix, Bird Jesus, or All-Terrain Venomoth?
I hope so. That's my favourite thing about like these kinds of things, is it the most bizarre Pokemon ends up being the MVP.
Yeah. Like, Lord Helix was such a meme for a long time.
Yeah.
And actually, funny enough, just on Friday, I had a friend DM me about, like, do you believe in a Lord Messiah Pidgeot? Referencing Twitch Plays Pokemon.
Yes.
Yeah. It's still in the meme stratosphere. But yeah, that's all I have for Twitter Plays Pokemon. We shall move on to the next segment. Get ready for the next battle. That's from Tekken. Alright, I'm moving on. Where the Helioptile is, Pokemon sleep.
It's 2021, so we are now over a year from... Well, no, not over a year from now, but we're a different year to the announcement, Pokemon Sleep, and we've heard
we're way past the year for this at this point. Jesus.
And honestly, the top of my list for hopes of 2021, I said it at the top of the show, is Pokemon Sleep.
So what you're telling me right now is, when I asked the question, where is Pokemon Sleep? Pokemon Sleep is on your list of hopes. that you've got
It was
written
on
down?
my Santa wish list.
Yeah.
It's on my 2021 New Year's resolutions. Any opportunity to make Pokemon Sleep a reality, that's where it is.
There you have it. Let's go for it.
And I think we should start the 2021 campaign for Pokemon Sleep today here on the stream. Hashtag Pokemon Sleep 2021.
Fingers
Let's make
crossed.
it happen.
Let's make it happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, where is Pokemon Sleep? Pokemon Sleep is firmly in our minds. It's firmly in our minds. Until next week. We're moving on. Very sad day. It's the unknown fact of the week with Amit.
Wow, that got an upgrade.
I've lost it. Oh, there it is. Here we go.
That got an upgrade. That was cool.
I'm going to forget that next week.
So, unknown fact of the week this week. It's official law that Pokemon used to be people.
No, I'm not having it. I'm not listening to any more of this. No.
So I will read to you now the Pokedex entry for Kadabra in Pokemon Emerald. It is rumored that a boy with psychic abilities suddenly transformed into Kadabra whilst he was assisting with research into extrasensory powers. Similarly, Pokemon Fire Red has the following entry for Kadabra. It happened one morning. A boy with extrasensory powers awoke in bed, transformed into Kadabra.
All right, I'm just going to say there.
There's also lots of stuff in the Sinnoh folklore, but actually the two most definitive cases for the fact that Pokemon used to be people are in the Pokedex entries for Kadabra.
Amit, we've just got past this lawsuit with Uri Geller. We do not need the Pokédex to fuel these fires any longer. All right, we've got Kadabra back in the TCG. Let's not ruin it. Okay.
Who do you think would start suing for Jinx?
Oh, I don't know.
Move on now.
Oh yeah, no, that's bad news, Bears.
Yep.
But Kadabra, the keyword there was rumored. Okay, nobody actually knows. It's rumored. And the other thing is, it's rumored there was election fraud, but there wasn't any. So, as far as I'm concerned,
we're not getting political. We'll move.
As far as I'm concerned, Pokemon are Pokemon, humans are humans. We'll leave all the rumor stuff to the side.
It doesn't say the boy's name was Uri Geller. I'm just making sure that you know that.
Okay, yeah, sure. Very important. Don't sue us.
Shout out to Uri Geller.
Oh dear. And with that beautiful, beautiful fact of the week, that's been another episode of the PokeRamble Podcast. How did it feel to be back?
It's nice to be back. I'm looking forward to 2021. We've got lots of shows and things we want to do and content that I'm excited to get to work with you on. So I'm looking forward to 2021. And I know this week has been just nice to come back together. I'm looking forward to the evolution over the weeks and what we've got to come.
I see what you did there with Pokemon terminology.
Should we rebrand the podcast? Should this be the PokeRamble Podcast EX?
Oh god. Yeah, can you imagine? Just like one day when we miss a week, we've missed it. All right, let's just reboot it. Pokemon.
And then let's design podcast form EX.
Yeah, and it's like different colors and stuff to reflect its headphones.
It mega evolves.
Jesus, you have some good ideas, I will say.
You're welcome.
But yes, that's me. You can find me on twitch.tv/KamelH. I do all sorts of things. Pokemon Masters with Amit. I do rankings for animes. When I play games, I'll be playing some Monster Hunter at some point when Amit decides he wants to play some Pokemon. Some Monster Hunter.
I'm ready for Monster Hunter.
Oh, cool. So we can sort out something during the week then.
Yeah.
Awesome. Have you chosen a weapon, or are you gonna?
I like the look of the bow. Was it bowgun, light bowgun, heavy bowgun? There were different options.
There's all sorts of bowguns. Yeah, I know. Have you done the tutorial then?
No.
Okay, yeah. That's probably your first port of call. But
I tried playing one of the missions without doing the tutorial.
Yeah.
And I immediately just got I got to the thing. I managed to work out how to ride on the animal.
Yeah.
And I got to the enemy, and then I got rinsed.
Yeah.
So
if you try to do Mizusune, you're gonna have a bad time.
I did the first one, not the hard one.
Izuchi. Yeah. Shut it down.
Anyway, that's for another story.
Funny enough, Billy, we're ending the episode, so yeah. See you next time. Amit, where can they find you?
You can find me by emailing PokeRamblePod@gmail.com.
Excellent. Until next time, I've been Kumail.
I've been the Battle Frontier Brain.
And you can find us on Friday where we'll be playing some Pokemon Masters EX. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. Bye.